Antes desse vídeo começar, primeiramente eu queria falar pra vocês que eu iria postar os melhores momentos, né, eu ia editar o vídeo, porém eu quis postar todas as partidas por propósitos educacionais, para tentar melhorar o cenário brasileiro e fazer com que jogadores assistam todas as partidas, olhem detalhadamente e melhorem o seu método de jogo para crescer no competitivo. Então é isso, aproveitem e muito obrigado. E aí rapaziada, hoje vocês vão ver nesse vídeo todas as partidas do meu time, o time Consty, no torneio Red Bull M.E.O DSL. Então já vamos começar aqui nas quartas de final, contra o time Ark e depois contra o time Ash. Era fase de grupos e por isso a gente teve que jogar contra esses dois times para ver se a gente passava para semifinal.
Once again, we've got, looks like Consty is going with Bo, YDE is playing, Spike, and then Terra. Like we said, looks like actually at the very beginning they did decide to split up a little bit, but Sun, Bentley, and Ark did decide to take the middle right there.
Bo's using his extended range to reveal anyone who might be hiding in the inner sides of Stone Fort here. All those bushes, you can see Bo has a much wider vision radius because of his star power, and that's allowing him to know, have perfect information of who is inside the Stone Fort at any given time.
Yeah, and we're seeing that Bo is actually very strong since his recent balance changes, where he is able to, you can see those mines that he just placed right there. That is the perfect place because you have to deal with it. And Ark, look at that, they are so perfectly just lighting those off without taking any damage, which means that Bo has to work super hard to actually recharge his super up once again.
Yeah, Bo is one of the most snowball-y brawlers in the game in the sense that he throws his mines. If those mines blow up and take out an enemy, he has his mines up again. He can just keep throwing mines, and unless you can set them off without dying, you are in big trouble.
YDE just totally destroyed the enemy team with the combination of Spirix and YDE just absolutely rocking things. YDE is also a very skilled player, has his own YouTube channel of about 2,000 subscribers, and is incredibly skilled and known for his competitive gameplay on that channel. And you can see right there, I mean, he just was
Jesse and Bull against Pam and Colt. It looks like it's Jesse, Bull, and Poco against Pam, Colt, and Leon.
Yes, Leon's going to be a very solid option right here. Very strong. And Zynox, one thing with Colt is that Colt is an incredibly high skill cap brawler, but if you do have that skill cap and you're able to actually out-dodge your enemy players and still charge, and then land some shots, then you can absolutely dominate. And you can see him pulling some of those good things, those sweet moves, sweeping just perfectly, and YDE having to hide behind that attack, or that wall right there.
Both safes at 100% right now, but Leon comes in and gets a little bit of burst damage, bringing it down to 89, and manages to get around the box. Him and Bull are fighting. I don't see who's going to win, but Leon just keeps popping his head out, getting a little bit of damage, and it's going to take two of them to corner him, but not before Leon gets a little bit more damage.
Wow, look at that. Yes, that's one thing about Leon. That was such a great play right there because he forced two teams to actually have to keep falling back, and that meant that the enemy team, even though they were playing defense as well, they had plenty of time to actually catch up, and now they have some decent ground here.
You've heard the saying, the best defense is a good offense.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what we saw there. Leon tied up two members of the enemy team and still got about 40% damage, but Bull on there brings it down to 63, 62, and 58, 55, and just like that.
Nicholas actually had a really great opportunity to go and deal damage to the enemy safe, but because we had a Bull on the safe, he had to fall back and help deal with them. Ark, this really could be anyone's matchup or game right here, where we got Nicholas playing as Leon, going invisible. He does have plenty of HP, and the question, wow, he takes out Consty as well.
And now Jesse's back in that same thing. Now, the nice thing is that Jesse can kind of 2v1 you by herself.
Yes.
Throws the turret down one side, comes around the other. Nowhere for Leon to go. But currently we are at a near tie game. 36 seconds left, 54% to 55%, and the saves are low enough that one good sustained push will get it for you. And here comes Nicholas trying to chip out some more damage.
He just does a little bit, but it's 48 and 34, 29. That Jesse turret is just dominating things right there. And
13%.
Look at that. And
Blue
Spears
team is still here. They can't get rid of him.
From the Bull, 8%. Wow!
Cap game, and it's something where if you think these players are good now, check back in 9 months. It's only going to get better.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Okay, so it looks like they went with a Jessie on both sides of the team. Actually, this is a very good map for Jessie, where she's able to, put down that turret and increase her range. Look at this, Skirix and Consty just pushing people back. YDE's facing off against Zynox, just kind of 1v1ing right there. But now that Consty was able to keep his enemy taked out, they were able to 2v1 him.
Arc has been bogarting the ball pretty much, sitting on the brawl for most of the entire time. Is this what you would consider like very control sort of comp?
For Arc's team, I would actually could say that, where we got YDE, Consty, we got Spike and Jessie and Nita, they're the control, whereas the Terra and the Jessie and the El Primo is a little bit less than that. But look at that.
Bogart to get in there, and he gets in! Turns the corner, throws it to the side, scores that ball. 1-0 for Team Consty. They are just 1 minute, 25 seconds away from sweeping this match, so Arc needs to be more aggressive.
Yeah. Not too aggressive, though.
Not too aggressive. Don't get too zero.
Get taken out. YDE, though, he's got his super charged up there, and Zynox does not. That Terra charging up her super is such a vital thing. If you can't charge up your super as Terra, then you're basically, you're struggling. You're going to struggle.
Oh, Consty's coming in.
Look at
He's taking a shot.
Oh,
wow!
Barely
right by Zynox!
Right. Wow, that was such a quick reaction right there, where he just instantly...
2 minutes or so.
2.5 minutes.
We're going to find out.
One of them will have to
the first view of Mortis that we've got today.
Really?
Yeah.
YDE very high. We've already seen like very high skill, very mechanically
specific player. I was watching this last match, and he played so well. Now this is a really tough matchup for him to try to approach Ricochet. As you can see, he's kind of really just controlling. So he may try to switch around to attack a different brawler, maybe swap sides.
But why would you play Mortis? Like, let's get into the idea of the whys right now.
Well, I mean, Mortis now, since his change, he's actually a pretty decent aggro brawler because of the way that he can heal himself for much more than he did before.
Okay.
So if he can get position and get up in there, he's going to be a menace to them. And
whoa!
As you just saw, he took out Ricochet, and look at with the heal, he killed 2 brawlers and is still got so much health.
And he's still got the mobility to get out of dodge when he needs to.
He did get taken out, but that's all right. Consty was right there to pick up the gems with the help of strikers. So, I mean,
Poco, of course, a great gem carrier.
Yeah.
He's so hard to take down, and just when you think you've taken Poco out, boom, throws that healing guitar riff, and he's all the way back up.
I guarantee you, Ashton team is probably not expecting YDE to come in with a mortar, so that was a bit of a wild card for him to maybe caught him off guard there a little bit. Wow.
That's always the most fun thing about esports events is seeing the best players pull out strategies that you never saw coming.
Yep.
YDE's going to pick up another gem. Oh, no, he's not.
He missed the super, but
he takes him
But the
out.
heal, his heal whenever he kills somebody is 1,800 hit points for that heal. That is not a small number, and it helps him stay alive so well. And as you can see, dominating performance right there by Consty's team.
Consty's team goes up 1-0, and suddenly Team Ash has bled.
Yes.
The #1 seed coming into the
lose.
tournament. Yes, it is probably shows how much you need to master a wide range of brawlers to be successful at the highest level. Here we are.
All right, so they're going with a Poco, which he also does that kind of mid-range control there in the center, as well as he heals up his teammates, which the buff to his star power here recently has been a really big help to not necessarily his ability to kill anybody, but keep his team alive.
Here comes
right
Bull.
here.
Oh my God, Ash is just lighting it up.
And look at that, per shot, 2,800 damage per shot. He reeled off 3, now 4, and 5 shots. They're already down to 64%.
And he's still there,
He's still there.
56%.
They can't, okay, finally YDE takes care of Ash, but not until half of the safe is already gone. But
And now you have Daryl and Poco.
Yeah, Poco and Daryl. Now, the really dangerous part here is with Jessie. She hits those shots, it's going to chain off onto the safe, and that's what YDE's looking for here.
And Ash is just charged past all 3 members of that team to get on the gun. He's blasting it. 39%.
It's a safe race 31%. Right now.
Oh, but the red team's safe is going down so much faster. 4%, 0%.
Wow.
Ash was trying to solo the safe, but his 2 teammates could not defend. Team Consty goes up 2-0.
That was really impressive. Both teams took off, but little super shots on goal. So we'll see if they change anything. And they did. They bring a Colt. That's what I thought. I thought they maybe bring something that has a little bit more DPS, and that would be Colt right there. So he also can break the walls. They didn't have a wall breaker before. So we'll see if this works out. Now, Leopard, watching him in this tournament, he is super skilled. I mean, we were watching him play Ricochet, and he was just doing so well. So we'll see how that works out for him.
And with a little bit of a poke from Nita, there's a lot of poke brawlers on both sides here. It's really hard to just pick up a ball that's sitting there alone on the field because every time you walk towards it, all the guns just zoom in right on
Yeah, and of course, Colt doesn't have a ton of health, so it's not like he can absorb very many shots before he has to. A big super right there does take down some of the walls, and I think that is his DPS and his wall breaking ability is why they decided to bring Colt in here. The other option that would have been pretty good was Brock, but Colt is usually a little bit of a standout on Brawl Ball. And if you can hit those shots,
so
wow.
good. I'm like watching him just fire these spike shots and feel like everyone is hitting something, and he's doing a great job at dodging the poke shots from the enemies. Slowly moving the ball up the field just a little bit at a time.
Yeah, it's kind of a stalemate here in the center. Each team is trying to regain or gain some sort of control that they can really make a push. And it looks like that right now is Team Ash. They are pushing him back.
Colt's got a super. He's low health, but
he opens up not only the wall in front of the goal, but also that side wall of the goal. So now they've got quite a bit of a room there that they can get a shot in if they can get that opportunity.
Of course, only a minute to go, and then all the terrain's gone. But I agree that
nice super there takes them out.
Oh, nice job by Leopard.
Tides have changed a little bit. They're getting an opportunity to push back in here, but Terra should be, Jessie should be respawning. There she comes, right there. So we're kind of back into the middle, and a stalemate in the middle. Who can gain control? The ball is in far bottom right. Yep.
You have this kind of duel here between Jessie and Spike on the right side. Ooh. They're both trying to dodge each other's shots while getting the hits off, and now it's Jessie's turn to kind of hide back and heal up.
That healing turret right there for Consty is paying big dividend because she's been there for quite some time. Low health quite a few times, and they were never taken out. Drop that healing turret again in a
slowly
spot.
Moving forward. Wow, still alive.
Yeah, finally goes down, but it took two brawlers and Bruce there wailing on before you were able to take him out. So
is that the official name? Or is that your fun
Bruce?
Name?
No, that is. They actually did name that his name was Bruce. It was very early on. Not very many people know that though.
That's why I watch these events, is for the trivia. Use that later. So the walls are down, and now this is, I think, Blue's chance to turn around. They didn't have any terrain destruction. Now all of Colt's terrain destruction is negated because there's no more terrain to destroy.
Right.
And they're moving in, trying to take a shot.
Oh, this may be it right here. Here he comes.
Shoot it.
Yep, there it is right there.
YDE might be the MVP of Team Consty. I've seen he's there every game.
That's a sweep against the #1 seed in this tournament.
Como vocês acabaram de ver, ganhamos de 3-0 contra os dois times e por isso fomos direto para as semifinais jogar contra o Team Ray.
Pam as the gym carrier, and Consty's team is going to be playing Penny as the gym carrier. Look to see some throwers in there as well, because again, like you said, throwers are really great on this map. So as you're coming in, as you see, YDE, one of the standouts from yesterday is playing Spike that he played a lot of, and he's done such a great job. He's facing off with Daryl there on the right-hand side. He's actually chipping in on the middle a little bit, but watch out for Daryl coming in on the backside. Is YDE going to go down really quick? No, he does use his super, and he uses his star power to heal himself back up right there.
That's actually one thing that's really different about Max gameplay, is that these players all have a power that is unlocked once they reach that max level, and that is Spike's star power. Allows him to heal up, and here we got Daryl coming in, Sasus to Clash trying to take him out, but YDE goes and bunches up with Consty so they can 2v1 him, and Sasus to Clash has to fall back. And now we're 3-4. This is actually already a very close match.
Yeah. What you're looking for here is who can really contain control of the mid right here, and it's been back and forth right now. Obviously, both teams have 4 gems. The first team to get 10 gems and can hold on to them for the duration of the countdown is going to win. So all those gems as they spawn up in the middle, that's why the center control of the map is really important. As you can see right there, battling off Nita's bear right there just to take care of it and come back in and picks up 3 more gems. Consty's right there. Can he finish him off? No, he is able to retreat back just in time.
He's having to fall back, but one thing you can see there, you've got Martin Chung playing as Leon over in the enemy side of the match. He actually used his super to go invisible so they cannot see him, but unfortunately as he takes out that turret, it explodes and lands on him, which takes him out.
Yeah, if you'll notice, Penny's got her turret way in the back there, and Ray was doing really well, but he had to completely fall back because he got hit by 2 of those shots from that cannon right there, lobbing those shots on him. So he was doing really well. They just need 1 more gem to engage that countdown. So Consty's team really can't let them get in anymore.
You can see Consty just playing very carefully. He doesn't have as much health as he would like to be able to go in there and be able to take it, but he has to try and protect that. But Sasus to Clash uses his super to roll in there and grab those gems so that they can actually fall back. Now they only have 10 gems, which means that they all have to survive. Unfortunately, they get taken out. Ray also gets taken out. YDE is able to grab some gems.
YDE right there takes him down and stops the countdown. They've actually got the countdown as well as the 2 gems he stole, so they're going to have to come all the way back down and get somebody YDE at minimum.
They've got to take at least YDE or Consty out, but they're falling back, and it looks like that's actually going to give them a solid first victory for that match. Man, you can see that skill right there from Consty, just really coming in there. You know, they were struggling a little bit, but they were able to kind of like pull through there and really take that victory.
It's interesting. We've been seeing a lot of Rico even on heist, simply because he can stay back so far. But take a look at this right here. YDE is playing Mortis in a heist. That is something you do not see very often. Can you think it's proud?
In fact, we have made fun of it on our videos because it's just not a super great brawler to do that. But what you can see here is the enemy team actually drafted Barley, and
that was a counter to Barley because
absolutely
Mortis absolutely counters the throwers right there, and as you can see, he's going after them. But that huge super from Barley, he's not able to escape out of it. But it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to be able to use Mortis in this, because he doesn't do a ton of damage. He did just recently get a buff though, so it shouldn't be too bad. But as you can see, taking out this thrower, going for him right here.
He's playing really carefully around Assista Clash there as Barley, knowing when he can go in. He's paying attention to his ammo, and Barley's actually just throwing on attack after attack, dealing as much damage as he possibly can, but both teams are actually dealing damage to the safe at the same time, and it is now down to 31 and 34%. This is really close. YDE's just going in there for a little bit of damage.
A little bit of chip, but as you can see, Assista Clash here, he wants to come down on the bottom left-hand side behind that puddle right there, because if he can get to where he is right now, he can hit the safe, and no one can touch him. So you can see.
Look at this push right here. Lottie to Clash right there. Wow, just goes right in there and is able to finish off that save. That was really crazy. I'm curious, Lex. Mortis, talking to Ray yesterday a little bit about it, and he's definitely going to be giving his all for this matchup right here. We got Skirix playing over on the left with Nita. Consty's sticking with Daryl.
They kept their same picks, which is obviously, like I said, worked out really well for him first time. Martin Chong coming in there with Leon, trying to get some shots, but now, as you can see, Consty has that super and uses it right there, but misses the pass a little bit. YD quickly passes it right back to Consty.
Are they able to take
There's an opportunity.
They're able
here
to shoot it in right there.
So quick.
So crazy. You could see they're going back and forth right there, being able to just take out those brawlers and being able to create that opportunity. And that's one of those things that Consty's doing with his super, using it excellently, able to go in there, deal damage, and kind of close that gap between them and the goal.
Right. They took an early kill there, but Martin Chong's got the invisible and jumps out on strikers and kills them really quick. That automatically right there, it gets it to where it's a 2 versus 3, gives him a little bit of advantage. Consty tries to get that roll, just misses it. Had an opportunity there to try to make a big play and just barely missed it.
Now Lottie right here, as Tara does have her super up, so they're going to be looking for this play. Martin Chong actually has the ball at this point. Lottie throws down the super. They're able to take out Skirix, but Consty goes in to try and take out Martin Chong and prevents him from actually being able to score a goal.
Yeah, as you can see there, when Daryl rolls in, that bubble around him, that's his star power. It actually does damage reduction, so when he rolls in, you think he may be rolling into danger, but that star power gives a lot of damage reduction that helps help him survive.
He's not a super tanky brawler in himself. He's actually medium health, but with that star power up, he is able to withstand a lot more damage than most of the brawlers in the game, which is definitely a big benefit to him. We got Martin Chong there. He's hiding in the bush, just waiting for the right opportunity for him to try and come and take out Skirix. He's applying some pressure, and what they've got here, they're on the defense. Consty's team here does not want them to be able to get any ground, because they just have to hold out for 40 seconds, and if they can do that, then they've actually won this match.
Yeah, you'll probably see Consty's team not being super aggressive here, playing more on the defensive side, because like you said, they just need to hold out for another 30 seconds, keep Ray's team back, so look for them to play very passively here and not be super aggressive.
You can actually see Consty throwing that ball in the very back, and what that does is it allows him to actually add some more offense as well. He's moving away, he's actually charged up his super passively, and here he is with 10 seconds left, falls back a little bit, throws the ball back there, and now they've basically won this. With YDE's super there as well, it's going to be incredibly difficult for them to go in there. Throws down another super just to show him what's up.
Extra there, but that quick goal in the beginning set the tone, and all they had to do after that was just play solid defense.
Because when he does have that super, he's able to survive very well. And you can see that they're splitting up into 3 different lanes right there.
Yeah, they picked a bull. Why do you think they picked a bull right there?
I think they picked Bull to try and counter Lottie playing, Lottie's been doing some excellent Daryl work, and Bull does a good job at countering him as long as he can kind of get up close. And you can see that right there. He too shot him.
Yeah, so Daryl, he's got that roll, but he's definitely not going to want to roll in on Bull, because Bull does 2,800 damage at point blank range, and it's only going to take a couple shots really to make that hurt. So.
Yeah.
on the other side, we got Race playing Pam. Now, Pam used to be one of those brawlers you didn't see a lot of in Bounty, but with her being so strong, she's showing up a lot. And as you can see right here, they noticed that Lottie was like, you know what, Bull is a bad matchup for me. I'm switching sides, so they swapped sides right there.
Yeah, that's a very smart move on their part, because Pam especially can keep her distance from Bull, and that actually allows him to survive. But it is only 5 and 2. One unique thing about, or what happens in Bounty, is every time you take out an enemy, you actually get another star above your head, which means that every time, and if somebody takes you out, that's more points for the enemy team. So Skirix here, he's got the most points on his team. He's got to try and stay alive. He goes in with Consty. They 2v1 Ray and take him out without... Raze does his best to try and fire off some shots, but he is not able to recover from that. And now they are 7 and 2. And in competitive Bounty, it's typically a very low scoring match. And so this is a huge deficit that's going to be very difficult for them to outcome in 30 seconds. But it is not over. All they have to do is take out Skirix, and that would actually give them the lead.
With five stars above his head, that is the one that they need to be focusing on. Daryl needs to come at him, but at the same time, like we saw at the very beginning, Daryl really can't get close to Bull, so they're going to have multiple brawlers. As you can see right now, they're all moving in over towards Skirix right there because they need those stars above his head.
Yeah, Consty's doing his best with Leon to try and keep them pushed back. YDE's about to get taken out. He only has 94 HP, but still Ray is focusing on Skirix. They're able to deal some damage back and forth, kill after kill.
Right here at the end. This could be it. Is he going to get no?
No, look at that.
So close.
Skirix.
That was a nice play to try to get him at the very end, but it's just not enough time, not enough health to be able to get it done.
That is absolutely nuts. So they are actually going to, Team Consty is actually going to be moving on to the championship for a chance at the biggest portion of this $32,000 prize pool.
Conseguimos essa vitória por 3 a 1 contra o time do Ray, e agora vamos para a final contra o time Alex. E eu acho que a maioria de vocês já sabe como isso terminou, não é mesmo?
We are getting into Stone Fort, and we have Team Consty, the pride of Brazil, in blue on the bottom, Team Alex in red at the top.
An early advantage for Team Alex. Remember, they're going to be trying to grab those 10 gems that spawn in the center of the map there. Right now, the blue team does have dominance in that center spot, but there's a lot of poke damage coming in from all sides.
Very surprising that blue team controls the center, given that the red team picked the turret-owning control brawler comp. So it's very interesting that I think that the blue team was able to grab that early control.
Early control here, but we don't see any of the supers being deployed yet. Just now, finally, Jessie gets her turret down, and some follow-up from Pam there on the top left corner. That is going to be a great dominating position there in the center. You do notice that Shadow Jitsu is holding all of the gems for the red team. That's typically what we see in these high-level matches, just one player hoarding all the gems that they can.
Jessie's turret is down and her super is not up yet. She needs to get her super charged up again and get it down because so much of her power is tied up in that dragon turret.
Loss of the center there is going to bring Team Consty back into primacy, though. Poco just hiding right there in the bush, trying to sneak out and grab one gem at a time.
About halfway through the gem, 6-5 lead. Remember, there's no time limit in gem grab. The first team to grab 10 gems and hold on to them for 15 seconds will be declared the winner of this game.
A huge hit out the right side from Skyrix, able to take down Pam's turret and push her back all the way to the top right corner. We do have Shadow Jitsu trying to make a few more stabs in there, but hasn't been able to get her super down yet, and that is absolutely crucial for Team Alex if they want to be able to reestablish in the center of the map.
10 on Consty. It's really hard to take down a Poco because he heals every time he attacks, and his super heals him even more. They have to converge on Consty. Consty hanging on the right side of the map in the bushes, hiding. There's only 2 red team members up, and they're so far away. This looks really good for Team Consty. It's 3, 2, 1, and game.
I'll give the advantage to Consty on these picks. I really like Bull, especially when there's a lot of barriers to try to get around. And it looks like starting off right now, Bull in the bottom right here is getting taken down by Dynamite. An early good lead for Team Alex up top.
Team Consty's only loss was on Heist to an enemy Barley, so they grab Barley this time for their team to make sure that one weakness is not going to come back and bite him.
Nice snipe there from Consty. He does have a lot of long-range firepower, but Alex gets a roll in and lots of shots off on the save, bringing it down to 84%. A good early start from Alex as he's going to retreat and charge up that super again.
That's the nice thing about Daryl. He's the only brawler in the game whose super charges up on its own, so if he can just hide in the bushes and recover his health, he can charge back in.
And with so many hit points, you gotta wonder if it's just gonna be a lot of wasted shots from Team Consty. Finally, they're getting their chance to fire away at that safe, and they get a ton of hit points off of it. That long range from Brock and the throws from YDE are getting it all the way down to the 30s and the 20s now, Ramham.
YDE has been such a stud in all of these matches. Consty gets all the credit, but YDE might be the MVP of this team. He is running in and out, getting damage, and still alive as Barley throwing one more fireball before going down.
The charge from Bull is absolutely what they needed. Team Consty picking up another victory here.
You want to be in the middle, you want to hold the corner, but with Brawl Ball, it's constantly moving back and forth, so her healing turret doesn't allow you, it doesn't follow you around, right? So there's sometimes you play the healing turret, but then you got to move out of it, which takes away a lot of what can make Pam so strong.
Well, we do see Poco up on top for Team Alex, so not really any one brawler can be picked out as the ball carrier. It looks like they're instead just going to try to get a team wipe and then just carry it on in uncontested. It's an early lead for Team Alex as Team Consty loses one of their brawlers, but at the right side, there's still a big fight going on to try to take down this healing turret.
Great turret there by Jesse. It's covering that whole right side, but also the ball. It's really hard for the blue team to run up and grab the ball as long as Jesse's turret's there, so they have to spend their ammo to get rid of it, and that allows Team Red to regroup.
Consty and YDE are giving some long-range suppressing fire to just try to push this Team Alex back, and they've done it. Skyrex is going in for the kill. He's got the ball. He's running it straight in there. There is nothing to stop him. Skyrex has got the first score.
A lot of control, a lot of utility on Team Alex, but not a lot of damage. Tara, Poco, Jesse, none of them are high damage output characters. That allowed Nita with her solid health pool to just run in like a running back. Pick the ball up, take it into the goal. So that means that Team Consty, they are only one more goal away from securing a $16,000 first place prize, and they have 1 minute and 11 seconds to do it.
One goal, or even just defending for the next minute. They don't even have to get another goal if they can just keep Team Alex at bay up here on the top side of this map. Skyrex is in position to take another shot, but no, man, just to toss the ball back and forth between Shadow Jutsu.
That's a good idea because they have to use ammo to get rid of the ball too. You are slowly exhausting their offense if you keep passing the ball back to them. Skyrex tries to get the ball near the goal. Maybe she's trying to set up for another bear. You can throw the bear behind that wall, clear out the defenders, and take the ball into the goal yourself.
All right, it's the last shot for Team Alex. They have 38 seconds. They do have possession of the ball, but that is a long way to get all the way to the opponent's side of the goal line. There's a 2v1 over on the left side. Alex BS is trying to get as close as he possibly can, but taken down there, I think that ball surrender is going to be it for Team Alex.
We're going to determine the distribution of $24,000 in the next 20 seconds, and right now, all of the momentum is on Team Consty's side. They're up 2-0. They just need to win this game in order to secure first place. 13 seconds to go.
Team Consty holding the ball and pushing even further. They are not going to be satisfied with a 1-0 victory. They keep trying to hand it off to the enemy, but Portal is going to be bringing it right back. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, nowhere near the goal. It's a victory for Team Consty. They are your champions of the Red Bull M.E.O.